schools across the area shutting down to control the coronavirus outbreak. The impact on thousands of families.
Controlling crowds, concerts, shows, even family events banned.
If you're thinking of having a 1,000-person wedding right now, you can't do that legally.
That ban will leave sports stadiums empty, but the teams will still take the field.
We're going to play football on Sunday.
Hazmat teams suited up and entered the epicenter of the outbreak. The disinfecting, no easy task.
But a sign of hope where it all began in China. The visit that signifies control of the outbreak.
And we have some breaking news live now at the White House. President Trump will address the nation in less than an hour as Democrats call for him to declare a national emergency for the coronavirus. That would free up more money from the nation's disaster relief fund. We will carry his remarks live from the Oval Office. Meanwhile, today, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic. And good evening, I'm Monique Minglaben.
I'm Steve Rabel. Washington's governor banned large events to contain the virus, and that has prompted dozens of schools across to close their doors across the region for the next 2 weeks. That includes our state's largest district, Seattle Public Schools. Lake Washington, Bellevue, Shoreline, and Stanwood, the North Shore District was already shut down.
Now we have team coverage on the coronavirus emergency, beginning with KIRO 7's Dee Dee Sun. She is live at Seattle Public Schools, and Dee Dee's schools will be closed tomorrow.
That's right. There are more than 53,000 students across the Seattle School District. And just a couple of hours ago, the superintendent said here that the school must close because with the state's new social distancing orders and growing number of coronavirus cases, they feel like they had no choice.
This is really an unprecedented time.
The Seattle School District is shutting down its more than 100 schools for at least 14 days to try and help stop the spread of COVID-19.
This was a very, very difficult decision to make.
Aki Karosi Middle School was already closed today because a staff member there was diagnosed with coronavirus. The district superintendent said the rising number of coronavirus cases in the area meant more schools had to be deep cleaned each day.
The growing number of factors have actually made it nearly impossible for the district to operate normally.
Students at Franklin High School say they were already worried about exposure at school and backed the district's decision.
Well, I think it's a smart idea, especially since, we basically had, some students stayed at home today.
People have been worried, and then we reduced it less contact with people and everything.
This parent says she has 4 kids in the Seattle school system, and having them all at home will be a challenge, but believes it is the right call.
We want to be safety, Thank you for doing that one. I'm so happy.
Superintendent Denise Juneau said because they don't have enough laptops for every student who needs one, they will not continue with online learning during this 14-day closure.
It is a matter of equity for us. The state superintendent actually urges all districts to take this stance if they cannot guarantee online access for every student.
She said they know the shutdown means families will have challenges with childcare. Other concerns, families that rely on the school district for meals.
If we shut down, we will have such an economic effect on this city of families that have to go to work so that they can pay rent and put food on the table. And so that's why this decision was so difficult to make.
And there are still so many unanswered questions. The district is right now working with the state to figure out how to make sure seniors can graduate on time. They're also working with district partners to figure out if there's a way to help parents find childcare. We'll bring those answers to you certainly once we have them. Live in Seattle tonight, Dee Dee Sun, KIRO 7 News.
And this all comes as the governor issued a ban for 3 counties on events that draw large crowds. KIRO 7's Amy Clancy is live to break down what that means for King, Snohomish, and Pierce counties. Amy?
Well, Monique, whether your event is planned for tens of thousands at a local stadium, or perhaps hundreds at a local hotel, or even dozens at a local restaurant, it must be canceled or at least regulated by order of the governor today.
All gatherings of more than 250 people in King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties were prohibited today by Washington State Governor Jay Inslee to limit spread of the deadly coronavirus. And that prohibition could expand statewide.
This is not a time to be going out into public and close contact. It's just too dangerous. You might be killing your granddad if you don't do it. And I'm serious about this.
That means no sporting events, no large weddings, conventions, concerts, parades, festivals, even religious events.
We don't take these decisions lightly, but we're facing an unprecedented health emergency.
King and Snohomish counties took it a step further, prohibiting even gatherings of fewer than 250 people, unless older adults and those with medical conditions are encouraged not to attend, social distancing is practiced, employees be screened for coronavirus symptoms each day, hygiene products are available, and environmental cleaning guidelines are followed. But King County's executive said that does not mean all businesses will need to close.
Business can and must continue. Restaurants, retail, music, arts, culture, movie theaters can and should continue if they are able to meet these criteria.
Grocery stores, restaurants, and retailers will stay open, but will be expected to follow the new health guidelines.
I truly believe that this outbreak may be one of the most transformative and consequential events that we've had in this region and in this country.
So how will these prohibitions be policed? Well, they will not be policed by police officers. Governor Inslee said it will be up to Washington citizens to police themselves, and he said it is up to them to make sure they do not spread the deadly virus, because if they do not take these measures, he said up to 60,000 people in the state could be infected by mid-May. Reporting live in Seattle, Amy Clancy, Cairo 7 News.
Sobering notes there, Amy, thank you. Developing now, NCAA basketball tournament games will not be open to the general public because of virus concerns. Both the men's and women's tournaments will play only with essential staff and limited family in attendance. First round games are scheduled in Spokane and cities all over the country. The tournament begins next week.
And stadiums and arenas from Seattle to Everett to Tacoma canceling events and making games off limits to fans in response to the governor's crowd ban. Now, KIRO 7 Sports Director Chris Francis is live at a now empty CenturyLink Field where the XFL's Dragons are scheduled to play Sunday. That's going to look a lot different, Chris.
Yeah, Monique, in fact, the local teams started sending their responses and their statements just minutes after Governor Inslee's announcement. Some games have been postponed, others will be moved, and many of them will be played without fans, as you mentioned, and that does include the NCAA tournament, which tips off next week. The Seattle Dragons practiced as normal today, but Sunday they'll play the LA Wildcats without fans at CenturyLink Field.
We had many discussions, but at the end of the day, when the governor made his order, we're going to follow it, but we're going to play football on Sunday.
I asked Ryan Gustafson how tough this is for a league in its inaugural season.
This has no impact on the future of our league whatsoever. We're going to keep marching forward, building a fan base for the long term. And while this is an unfortunate situation for our whole community, we're going to work through it and continue to press forward.
Many other leagues are following suit. The Sounders postponed their March 21st home match with Dallas. Governor Inslee is thankful for the cooperation he's getting.
I had a discussion with John Stanton the other day of the Mariners, and missing a home opener is a big, big deal to the state of Washington. But I think he and others understand the importance of health, and I think we're going to have acceptance of this.
The Mariners will play their season-opening homestand away from Seattle, but have yet to decide where. One possibility is keeping the team in Peoria, Arizona. The Washington Huskies have made their decision. All home sporting events will be played without fans, only essential working personnel, including this week's softball game with Team USA.
We're really sad for our fan base because they've waited for 24 games to watch this amazing team play, and it'd be a travesty to not be able to have fans this year.
And the biggest event in March, the NCAA tournament, will also happen behind closed doors. No fans. The tournament, which tips off next week at 8 sites around the country, including Spokane. And that would affect the Gonzaga Bulldogs. They're expected to be a #1 seed. All of the teams we heard from today are having some type of refund or exchange policy for tickets. If you want to know more about that, you have to go to those teams' websites where they will direct you what to do. And coming up in the next half hour, we'll talk about the Washington Huskies, who were hoping to make it into the NCAA tournament, fans or no fans, all of that coming up in about a half an hour. For now, live at CenturyLink Field, Chris Francis, Cairo 7 News.
Okay, Chris, the governor's ban also means this show will not go on for dozens of concerts and theater performances. At 5:30, how venues are coping with the closures and how you can get a refund.
Now let's take a look at the latest numbers in our state, which are changing all the time. But right now there are 376 cases in Washington, the largest number by far in King County, with 235 there. Thurston County and Grays Harbor counties also have their first cases. 31 people have died. That includes 2 more people in Snohomish County and 4 more deaths in King County. Of those, 3 were residents of the Life Care Center in Kirkland. And Cairo 7's Allison Grandi is at that nursing home right now in Kirkland. And Allison, there are cleaning crews there right now.
They are, Monique, a very big cleaning crew. They're wrapping up here for the day. We've seen them load these plastic bags full of stuff back into this semi that's sitting here. All of these workers spent all day inside. They're disinfecting, doing all they can. At this point, we know that there are 26 patients here who test positive right now for coronavirus and at least 12 who don't. And they want to keep it that way. Workers wore full protective gear, including respirators, to enter Life Care Center of Kirkland. They're cleaning the nursing home where at least 23 patients have died from coronavirus. All family members can do is watch from outside.
My father, Chuck, is here. He's 86 years old.
Chuck Sedlacek is recovering from a fall. Now he's tested positive for coronavirus.
We care so much about him, and we literally are to the point that we're looking at him being treated like he's an inmate in a prison rather than a patient in a hospital.
We don't want to get that call that, oh, he's gone, and we're not with him at the end of life.
Scott Sedlacek wore a mask. He says he tested positive a week ago after visiting his dad and recovered.
I started feeling bad, shortness of breath. All of a sudden, Wednesday afternoon, my temperature spiked 4 degrees.
The nursing home that started with 120 patients is down to 47. The rest have died or been transferred to hospitals. Staff members are dwindling too. More than 60 are sick. The rest overworked. Life Care says they need help.
We had a heroic level of effort by staff who was there, but they are starting to hit an exhaustion point as well.
It's been 2 days. I haven't been able to get through to anybody since then.
Catherine Kempf came to see her dad, Alan, through the window. Even outside, she had to put on a mask and gloves. He has coronavirus too.
I'm both calm and freaking out. I mean, you're looking at close to like a third of the community here has died.
And so we've also been asking about the staff here. Before this happened, there are about 180 workers. At this point, we're told about 30 of those workers have been tested, but the results are not back. And we have several questions, like before this outbreak happened, were those nurses also working at other Life Care locations? What about other nursing homes? They're trying to get those answers for us. It is not uncommon for them to go to different Life Care centers, but as we're seeing as well, the amount of nursing homes impacted by this, the coronavirus cases continue to grow. Live in Kirkland, Allison Grandi, Cairo 7 News.
Good, you're staying on top of that, Allison. Thank you. Now remember, if you have coronavirus-related questions, a Washington call center is ready to help. 1-800-525-0127.